I joined AIESEC as a first-year BCom undergraduate, and AIESEC in India in those days was in its infancy. We were completely new to the organization. The organization was completely new to India, and we learnt as we went along. We learnt how to interact with international students from other parts of the world. We learned how to interact with corporate India, which was part of what AIESEC, we learned later, was all about. And we learned how to prepare a business plan. We learned how to set up a business. This was all part of our experience with AIESEC in India during my first year of college. I was then local committee president of AIESEC Bombay and later national committee president of AIESEC in India. And I think the experience that I've learned over there about leadership, about motivation, about managing people, about managing organizations has certainly stood me in extremely good stead from that day on until today. As part of my overall AIESEC experience, I also went on an internship to Denmark and worked with one of Denmark's largest companies, Carlsberg Breweries. It was a relatively short internship, just really a summer job, but for me it was a complete eye-opener. That was the first time I'd actually worked abroad. I was 19 years old, and again, the insights and experiences that I got during that very brief traineeship, both as to how a very developed AIESEC local committee works and how a very developed AIESEC exchange program works, as well as how large corporations work, I think were tremendous for a young 19-year-old who'd never really traveled very much at that point in time. After I graduated from college in India, I left India, went to the UK, studied further there, worked in the UK, worked in the US, and then came back to India to set up a business here in India. But through all of that, AIESEC was always part of my makeup somewhere, and I always felt at some point that I really should and would give back to the organization what I had got from it, which was I had certainly been able to develop myself. I've been able to meet and experience things that I would have probably not experienced for at least 10 years later had I not been in AIESEC, and I wanted to be able to give back to the organization at some point what I had learned, and I'm very pleased now to be in a position to do some of that, and I think it is just some of that, and I hope to be able to do far more for the organization over the years to come. I think what is truly unique about AIESEC is the fact that it is international, the fact that it is student-run, and the fact that it is focused on business. And what I believe I gained from AIESEC as an organization is really all these three things. The fact that I could interact with people from all over the world whilst I was still an undergraduate, the fact that I was learning how businesses worked and in fact putting together my own business plan, working with other people, motivating other people, trying to get effectively a startup business moving in India, and the fact that we were interacting with business people from across the country, which again at a level that I would probably not have met until very many more years down the road in my business life, was all completely unique to this organization. And I think this is really what it brings to the table, that students today can virtually leapfrog in their experience levels by joining AIESEC and putting as much into it as possible, because they will certainly get a lot more out of it by doing that.